They weren't just actors. These men were living statues of strength, bronze giants shaped by grit, sweat, and an era that worshipped physical perfection like a sacred ritual. Long before supplements, steroids, or digital effects, these legends carved their bodies the hard way. Under scorching sun, in gritty weight rooms, through sheer willpower and discipline. They were warriors in tuxedos, matinee idols with the strength to lift heroes and heroines alike. Their presence went beyond entertainment. They embodied something primal, something deeply human, the pursuit of greatness through effort. This is the tale of old Hollywood's most sculpted icons, the muscle-bound pioneers who built their own myth, inspired generations, and proved that real greatness is earned one rep at a time. Steve Reeves, the Hercules that walked the earth, before superheroes conquered multiplexes, before cinematic universes dominated pop culture, there was Steve Reeves, a man whose silhouette looked carved from ancient marble. Born in Montana in 1926, Reeves transformed from a lanky ranch kid into one of the most admired natural bodybuilders of his generation, taking the Mr. Universe crown in 1950. But his destiny wasn't the contest stage, it was the movie screen, where myths become immortal. When Italian producers searched for the perfect Hercules, Reeves fit the bill so flawlessly it felt like the legends themselves had stepped into reality. His performances in Hercules 1958 and Hercules Unchained 1959 electrified audiences worldwide. He combined sheer strength with classical symmetry, refusing shortcuts and maintaining a lifelong commitment to natural training. Everything you saw him do on screen, every lift, every feat, was real. To this day, Reeves remains the gold standard of Hollywood physique, a man who proved raw dedication is the ultimate superpower. Reg Park, the titan who followed, that if Reeves opened the doors to mythic cinema, Reg Park stormed through them like a force of nature. Born in Leeds in 1928, Park discovered bodybuilding and reshaped himself through relentless drive, building a physique so massive it seemed to defy reality. After claiming the Mr. Universe title 3 times, he answered Hollywood's call, starring in Italian epics like Hercules and The Captive Women, 1961. On screen, Park looked like he could genuinely pull down a temple pillar or wrestle a beast into submission. Off-screen, he became a mentor whose influence shaped the future, including a young Arnold Schwarzenegger, who considered Park his ultimate inspiration. His philosophy was brutally simple: lift heavy, train hard, live with purpose. Reg Park wasn't just strong, he was unstoppable. Gordon Scott, Tarzan with a warrior's heart that in the 1950s, the jungle received a new king. Gordon Scott, a towering ex-lifeguard from Portland, redefined the Tarzan legacy. At 6 feet 3 inches, with unrivaled athleticism, Scott brought intelligence, agility, and raw power to the iconic role. Gone were the primitive caricatures of past portrayals. Scott's Tarzan was articulate, alert, and heroic. He performed his own stunts with shocking ease, from vine swings to river battles. After his jungle chapter, he conquered the swords and sandals wave in Italy, where his gladiator-ready physique fit perfectly. Gordon Scott looked like he stepped straight out of an adventure novel, a natural-born screen legend. Johnny Weissmuller, the Olympian king. Before cinema claimed him, Johnny Weissmuller had already etched his name into history. Born in 1904, he became one of the greatest swimmers of all time. 5 Olympic golds, 1 bronze, and countless world records. When Hollywood cast him as Tarzan in 1932, the world met the definitive jungle hero. With his massive chest, powerful arms, and effortless athleticism, Weissmuller delivered stunts as easily as he sliced through water. His legendary jungle yell became a cinematic trademark recognized worldwide. For 12 films, he embodied myth, carrying himself with the calm confidence of a man fully aware of his own power. Buster Crabbe, the All-American champion. Buster Crabbe wasn't just a hero on screen. He was one in real life. Born in 1908, he won Olympic gold in swimming before transitioning into Hollywood. He followed Weissmuller as Tarzan, but achieved immortal fame as Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers. Broad-shouldered and relentlessly charismatic, Crabbe brought strength, swagger, and athletic credibility to every role. Whether swinging through jungles or battling cosmic villains, he made heroism look natural. Charles Atlas, the man who made the world want muscles, Decades before modern fitness culture, there was Charles Atlas, born Angelo Siciliano in 1892, a skinny immigrant bullied for his size. He rebuilt himself through dynamic tension training, crafting one of the most balanced physiques ever seen. Crowned the world's most perfectly developed man, Atlas became a cultural force. His mail-order courses changed millions of lives, and his 97-pound weakling ads became iconic. Hollywood used him as a symbol, not just a performer, a living statue representing the power of self-transformation. Victor Mature, the colossus of epic cinema. With his imposing frame and commanding presence, Victor Mature became a staple of biblical blockbusters. Born in 1912, he filled the screen with quiet power in films like Samson and Delilah and the Robe. Mature wasn't a showboat. He projected strength through confidence and authenticity. Whether snapping ropes, battling armies, or delivering solemn heroism, he embodied epic masculinity at its finest. Rory Calhoun, the rugged frontier hero. Rory Calhoun seemed like he was carved directly from America's frontier. Born in 1922, tall, handsome, and sturdy, he became the quintessential cowboy star. His roles demanded toughness, agility, and real-world grit, qualities Calhoun radiated naturally. Audiences believed him because he wasn't acting tough. He was tough. Glenn Morris, the greatest athlete who became Tarzan. Glenn Morris grew strong working farm fields in Colorado, later channeling that power into track and field. At the 1936 Olympics in Berlin, he shattered records and won decathlon gold, earning the title World's Greatest Athlete. Hollywood quickly cast him in Tarzan's Revenge, 1938. His stunts were pure athleticism, no trickery, no doubles. Though his Hollywood chapter was brief, Morris remains one of the most authentic heroes ever to wear the loincloth. Mike Henry, the gridiron beast who conquered the jungle. Mike Henry, born in 1936, built his reputation as one of the NFL's most intimidating linebackers before Hollywood enlisted him as Tarzan in the 1960s. With a jawline like cut stone and a powerhouse frame, Henry delivered one of the most physical, imposing portrayals of the Jungle King ever filmed. He brought intelligence and authority to the role, moving like a predator perfectly adapted to its domain. On and off screen, he was respected for his toughness and quiet discipline. Johnny Sheffield, the jungle boy who grew into an adventure legend. Johnny Sheffield entered Hollywood at 8 years old, handpicked to play boy alongside Weissmuller's Tarzan. Naturally muscular and fearless, he performed stunts that astonished audiences. After 8 Tarzan films, he transitioned into the lead role of Bomba the Jungle Boy, starring in 12 adventure films. Sheffield literally grew from child athlete to action star before the world's eyes, a rare legacy in Hollywood history. Jack LaLanne, the father of modern fitness. Jack LaLanne revolutionized the way people viewed exercise. Born in 1914, once weak and sickly, he rebuilt himself into a powerhouse of endurance. In 1936, he opened one of America's first modern gyms and later launched the Jack LaLanne Show, which ran for over 30 years. He performed outrageous feats, swimming handcuffed while towing boats, to prove the power of fitness. LaLanne didn't just preach strength. He lived it. From Hollywood's golden age to the dawn of home fitness, these extraordinary men showed that real strength never goes out of style. They weren't simply actors or athletes. They were symbols of resilience, discipline, and human potential. Their bodies were forged in sweat, but their true power lay in how they inspired millions. If you enjoyed this journey into Hollywood's strongest legends, hit that like button. It helps keep these stories alive. Subscribe for more classics, and tell us which strongman inspired you most or who should appear in our next list. Until then, stay determined, stay strong, and keep the spirit of old Hollywood burning.